So what is programming? Programming is set of instructions you give to the computer. So basically you tell the computer to do something, and those instructions can go into sequential and lines, or can go into some iterations or loops. We will look at all those details, so don't be worried about that. So the first instruction we would like to give our computer, we will say to the computer is import a library called turtle. So what is that? Basically, this line tells the computer there is a code written by someone else and stored in a library called turtle. Use it. So get access to it. And anything in that code you can use to do your program. So that line does that. So there's so many libraries which in programming which makes programming easier because others already created those libraries. The next instruction we'll give will say create an object. We'll give it a name, any name we like. So we'll say call it OB. So OB is the object. So what is the object? Here the object, you can look at it as the cursor on the screen. We will be having a line that goes and draws some different nice things on the screen. So we'll call that an object. So that object from what type? What type would be used to create the object? It will be turtle. So using creating an object of type turtle, and to do that you need this line. Basically this line will create an object for us called OB from type turtle. Now, first thing we'll do with it, we'll ask the computer to move that object forward. So OB forward by say 50. Let's run it and see what will happen. We'll get a line that moving on the screen by 50 pixels. You can make it move more than that if you want, but let's stay now with the 50. The other thing we can do for that object, we can ask it to go left. So the angle we'll do now is say 50. Oh no, let's use 120. You will notice when we run that, this head will rotate by an angle. Okay, so with that angle, you see it rotating that way by 120. Now we can ask it to do one more thing. We'll ask it to move forward, forward by 70, for example. So that's what will happen. It will go 70 like that. Now we can ask it to go again left by certain distance. So say OB dot left by an angle, sorry. The angle will be another, say, we'll make 90, okay? And then ask it to move forward. So you continue doing this to create a graph. So let's say go by 80. So what shape will come here? We'll have a shape like this. Okay, here I do the spell it wrong, so because I need R here. So the computer understands things in certain command. So if you give wrong command, it will not work. Yeah, see? Now, and you continue doing those instructions, go left and right. Now, what if I want to repeat some instructions? Should I write down all those lines? If I want to repeat this one, say 100 times, I write it again 100 times? No, it doesn't make sense. So what we can do here, we can use a loop. A loop that allows certain instructions, the whole thing here, to be repeated number of times. So we'll use a for loop. The for loop is a good one. Basically, it allows you to repeat instructions for certain number of times. So we'll say for I in range of 100. It means basically repeat for 100 times. First time I is 1, the second time I is 2, and go on until you get into 100. Now you need a colon here to say this is the start now of the loop. So the colon is important. That's one thing you need. The other thing, those lines should be moving inside the loop. So they have to move by two places. So this, now they are not inside the loop. But if I do this line now in the loop, but this one is not. So I can move it to the loop. Basically, you push it up and press enter, it will come down, or you just push it like this, make them all together. So all these things are now inside the loop, and the loop will be repeated 100 times. What will happen, do you think, if we run this one? Let's see what will happen. Now we'll start repeating the same thing 100 times, and you will get something started to come on the screen. And that's what will happen in this case. Now, if you want to make it a little bit faster, then you can come here and say OB, the object we're using, make its speed to be 100. Now, look at it. It's going faster than what used to be. And it's going and creating those nice things on the screen. You could maybe play with this by changing this angle to be say 110 and making this one goes 120 and see what will change. You're just changing the way your things, and you're getting some nice things on the screen. So what I want you to do now, take this code and be creative and create more things on that. Simply, you imported the turtle, we created an object, we give it a name OB, you can call it any name you like. I just call it OB, and the object is this one moving in the screen. Then we gave a speed to the simulation or to execution of the program. Then we had a for loop that repeat 100 times, and then we put a set of instructions asking the object to go forward, to rotate by 120 to the left, and do things like that. So I hope you find this exercise useful.